Good morning and is it afternoon wherever you are? Welcome to my study. My name is Caroline Njoroge and I'll be talking about flipping the script, creating a unique Kenya destination through the art of diplomacy, especially by use of new media. And then, of course, I'll be taking you through my abstract in terms of what else is there. And therefore, be talking about in the era of globalization, countries are competing with each other for the attention and respect as well as trust of potential customers or consumers, investors, and tourists, and other government nations. A positive and strong nation brands provide for a crucial competitive advantage in the areas of international arena. Therefore, this research proposes and identifies the impact of film or audiovisual-induced tourism on the branding areas which have become popular tourist destinations as a result of being featured in either film, TV series, or YouTube uploads or Instagram. The research outlines some of the benefits of tourism branding that accrue to a destination based on the area's image as molded by a number of TV programs, series, films, and of course, social media upload. The researchers' hypothesis is that a brand based on the image derived from a film or TV series or any audiovisual may be a strong means of marketing the area and, of course, harnessing tourism. The paper further discusses the significance of Kenya audiovisual industry as a core part in national branding initiative. It emphasizes the importance of having Kenyawood as a brand and also being able to be included in part of the brand initiatives of the country. I'll also talk about some of the initiatives that have been done across Africa, and one of the key examples is rebranding Nigeria. And we can say that for a very long time, Nigeria's image, both regionally and internationally levels, had been tainted over the years by extended period of military wars, human rights abuses, and their reputation had really gone down. And of course, their country, through Ministry of Information and National Orientation, embarked on a project over $1 million to be able to campaign and just bring the image of Nigeria back. The goal was to change Nigeria's image outside of its borders. This included a complementary pride initiative aiming at installing a sense of national pride for its citizens. And this was of course done in 2009, and the whole slogan was Nigeria, good people, great nation. And if anything is to go by, if you look at some of the key things that come from the filming aspect of any Nigerian film is that you will be able to see they very much articulate that in terms of their dressing, in terms of the kind of food they prepare on set or they prepare on film and people are able to eat. The way they talk, they talk their colloquial language. And then other than that, they also just use, in terms of the set appeal and everything else, and also locations, they do allude to what is very authentic and what is Nigerian. And then, therefore, as an audience, we are very curious just to be able, one, to visit them. If not, if you're living in a place that you can be able to associate with any Nigerian friend who's your neighbor or who's visited into your country, you're able to say, whatever it is that I watch on TV is the same thing that I'm pretty much experiencing. Therefore, we can say that this campaign previously was a very good attempt at reputation management, although it was criticized by not being able to, first of all, get a buy-in by the citizens themselves. But later on, we can see that there's a lot of activities that yielded a lot of benefits for them, and as well as a brand that was created for Nigeria as a country. And this, they could not be able to do it on their own. They had to use a lot of government support in terms of promoting Nigeria's film industry as part of their national branding initiatives. Therefore, we talk about film-induced tourism. We say that motion pictures are very, very key, especially in creating a popular culture about images and also demystifying places through drama and also through what you're calling experiential traveling. And maybe let me talk slightly about that. Is that nowadays you can see most of it was used to be a trend by the young people, but nowadays everybody else is also seeing that. Is that whenever you're seeing families or people visiting any other country, the first thing that they do is that they get out their tripod and they're busy posting wherever it is that they're going. And this creates a lot of curiosity from their audiences. And we can say that this generates involvement and consumption through allowing them meaningful representation as well as creating such a vibe and a brand about a place. One key movie that we can talk about was Braveheart, which was shot in Scotland, but the Scottish Tourism Board was able to conduct a survey in terms of the portrayal of some of the characters and the portrayal of the place in terms of what came out. And the result research indicated that seeing the film, a lot of tourists were influenced to be able to make a decision to visit this country just to see some of the touristic attractions that were being offered. Of course, the problem statement, we are saying that in view of the challenges faced by different corporate organizations, especially the ones that are tasked with the whole mandate of branding Kenya, there are several gaps that have not been utilized, and therefore a few countries have been able to take control of this, but others are still not yet there. And we can say that there's an opportunity presenting itself through the commercial films, in particular the audiovisual department. This is films, TV series, and of course social media uploads, that this can be utilized as a brand or branding tool for any country that wants to be able to control the narrative about their destination. Also that it can be used to change stereotypes of a country by highlighting the culture, norms, creativity, and hospitality for its growing audience, for what has been the impact for the audience as well as within the country and across around the world. These gaps can be done through a lot of research and knowledge on how to implement film marketing strategies, especially here in Kenya. Therefore, the researcher seeks to investigate how new media and film can be used as a tool of marketing and branding strategies for promotion and film tourist destination. And the purpose of this study is to investigate how new media technology can be used as a tool of marketing, branding strategy for promotion of film tourism destination. Then the objectives is that to determine the current state of the Kenyan brand and to what level the government agencies have been able to articulate this, to evaluate which audiovisual content has created a favorable image of Kenya and influenced traveler preferences, to evaluate which audiovisual content uses or content users are using, especially with the technology, and also to establish ways of using new medium and film to enhance the image and brand of Kenya throughout Africa and the world. The research will, of course, contribute to the body of knowledge, especially in tourism and film strategic planning, which is a very new phenomenon and factor in Kenya, and also to be able to help tourism-related organizations on how they can be able to brand and continuously position Kenya as a country or as a brand Kenya. Other corporate entities in Kenya will benefit directly because they can be used to be guided on how reputation management can be done for their organizations. Then, of course, the methodology design will be both qualitative and quantitative, so that a mixed method can be able to give this study a lot of useful knowledge gap that it's required. Then population, we're talking about the general population, but mostly social media users who can be able to discuss Kenya-related themes, and of course, tourism branding, related government agencies, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and sampled film production houses whose organizations have been successful in producing locally and internationally acclaimed movies, so that we're able to understand the brand they've been able to sell. Then sampling, there will be non-probability sampling, and then the researcher will use purposive sampling, and the resultant sample will be able to satisfy the threshold when it comes to research. The data collection use is, of course, the use of, there will be a lot of broad data collection on social media, that is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. And then a lot of online surveys will be done, especially to social media users. And then also there will be a lot of interviews and extensive discussion with government-related agencies, so that we're able to know what are some of the key things that they're able to do or they are currently doing, and some of the initiatives they're doing, so that we're able to put 1 and 2 together in terms of the brand initiatives being done. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be all in terms of my presentation. Any questions or comments are most welcome. Thank you all for listening.